Nicole, you want to call the roll?
Yes. Commissioner Carter.
Here.
Commissioner Cunningham.
Here.
Commissioner Driggs here. Commissioner Espinoza. Commissioner Estrada.
Could be late.
Commissioner Fleming.
Present.
Commissioner Giamona.
Here.
Commissioner Henry.
Here.
Commissioner Hernandez.
Present.
Commissioner Colstead.
Here.
Commissioner Lewowski.
Ready and willing.
Commissioner Martin. Martin? No. Okay. Commissioner Navarro. Commissioner Sandoval. Commissioner Samanik.
Here.
Commissioner Zika.
Here.
Commissioner Wilkins.
Here.
Great, we have a quorum.
Great. Move on to the consent calendar. I suppose I should do this. We've got 3 items on there. They will all be approved as one unless somebody's got a problem with one of them. Anybody get trouble with minutes of May 10th meeting? No, nobody wants to pull that. How about May 25, our special meeting that we had? Good on that. And the agenda for tonight. Oh, yeah, Jim?
Just one thing on item F, it says, final report, public safety staffing ad hoc. The purpose to summarize the accomplishments of the ad hoc on developmental noticing, puppy noticing and outreach. Looked like just the wording in there should have been, purpose to summarize the accomplishments of the ad hoc on public safety staffing.
Is that today's agenda that you're reading?
That's what, yeah.
Okay. Item F.
It's just a wording thing. It's on the draft. It's on the draft minutes of May 25th. I'm sorry.
Oh. And what's the problem with it?
The wording, the final report says public safety staffing ad hoc, but it says the purpose is to summarize the accomplishments of the ad hoc on developmental policy. So it's just.
So that's, can you make that fix?
Yes.
Anybody got a problem with that change? Do we need to approve that change?
Yes.
As amended?
Yeah.
As amended?
As amended, yeah. Go ahead. Jim?
Make a motion to
Do that.
make the change
As amended, I
as
second.
amended.
All in favor? Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? Great. Okay, so let's vote on the rest of the consent calendar then with that change. Let's have a motion.
I'll move.
I'll second.
And all in favor? All opposed? Abstentions? Great. Okay, we'll move on to reports. I was going to write one, I didn't get enough time. I've been kind of busy. Let's see if I can pull this thing up here. Here we go. We're going to do a lot of stuff tonight, which is about communicating what the commission has been doing in the last year, because we're bad at getting the word out of what we're up to. I post all of these videos up to YouTube. I just want to call your attention to the illegal fireworks, which we did just last month. 2,700 people have posted that thing. Now, I don't know how much they've watched, I don't know whatever, but the word is getting out, okay? The caucus report, which this is really a surprise, suddenly comes up to number 2. That was about 300 views a month ago, which tells me somebody's paying attention and getting ready for this meeting. Anyway, this is just, I've got a handout to pass around so you've got them. And it's just to show that there is, in fact, some interest in what we're doing from the general public. So I think that's a real valuable thing. The other thing I just wanted to point out, where we did a lot of writing, some of it is pretty good, some of it is not. This is a memo from Senator Feinstein about obstruction of justice. And it's missing the real meat, which is page 2, but I don't like printing multiple page things. I got to sort them out and staple them. This is just pages 1 and 3, but it shows you the setup and it shows you the close on things. And just tuck this away in your files as examples about how we ought to do things. So it's really a well-written and very direct and helpful report. So that's my report. Move on to the council liaison. Jackie.
Hello, everybody. So here are a few updates that I thought you might be interested in. The council adopted the budget at this past Tuesday meetings, and I believe that the Neighborhood Commission would be pleased to hear that the city did pass a balanced budget and a number of items that the Neighborhoods Commission would agree that are priorities, such as funding the police settlement, which will be instrumental to increasing our police staffing levels, funding extension to the 2 park ranger positions for the homelessness response team, and dedicating an additional $3.4 million to park maintenance, which I believe was also in the budget letter. So that's a few items there. The city also established San Jose Clean Energy to provide community choice in electricity options with a higher mix of renewable energy that is currently available from the incumbent provider, which is PG&E, and at competitive rates. So that's one item. Another is the council approved an ordinance establishing a residential parking permit program that is in the Cadillac, Lynn Haven, Viamonte, and West Berryessa neighborhoods. And the guidelines for that are on-street parking occupancy must be at 75% or higher, parking intrusion from outside the neighborhood at 50% or higher, an affirmative majority, which is 50% plus one, of support of eligible households via a petition, and an adequately sized zone, which means 150 parcels or quarter-mile radius. So that's now an established program in the city. And just to remind you that July is the council's legislative break, and our next city council meeting will be August 8th. And that's it, unless you have any questions.
I had a question regarding the streetlight camera issue that council recently took up. In the past, this commission worked on the drone issue. And I was just wondering why Councilmember Rocha never brought that to the Neighborhoods Commission for us to even look at.
Okay, so the LED conversions. Well, the drone, I just wanted to add, I can't speak for, I can ask my boss about his perspective on that, but the drone issue was an action by the whole city council. And so I can find out more information about that.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Wilkins.
Wilkins, District 2. I had a request, and hopefully it's a respectful request. The council member had submitted a letter that documented his concern on our efficiency and our size, the commission's activities, and our drain on the city resources. As you know, the council or the commission met on a Saturday. We think we addressed those. We pushed them forward. We don't know whether or not that satisfied his concerns, and it'd be nice for two reasons. It'd be nice to document closure, hopefully successfully, that he's no longer concerned, he's agreed with this. If not, then we still have some work to do, because I think it's absolutely vital that if he's our contact, if he's less than 100% supportive of us, something's wrong somewhere. So I'm hoping that he can either do something in writing, whatever's easiest for him, or appear before us whenever the next available time is. If he can give us some closure.
Yeah, I'll relay that the Neighborhood Commission would like him to come here to discuss that item. I also believe that the outcomes of the retreat was overall positive, is what we heard, and then that there will be a written report that will come out with that. And
We're going to have a report on that tonight.
yeah, and so that's also on the agenda for later today, and I'll listen and make sure that Dawn is well apprised of what gets discussed. And I wanted to just also go back to what you commented about.
Jackie, can you really speak in?
Okay, I wanted to go back to the comment you made about the letter and his concerns, and I wanted to put at the foundation of that letter, it was more a concern for the just working relationships in this room, and so I think that the retreat was accomplished a lot, which was getting on the same page for a lot of people, laying some foundational information, and I think that you all have done a great job with addressing that at your retreat, is what I heard. So I was want to go back to it.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Semanik.
John Semanik, District 4. One of the things I noted, I didn't read the whole report from the council meeting, but I guess there was some deferment as far as expenditures for Measure A and AB 2176 in terms of homeless support. Do you know what the rationale was for pushing it out to August?
I'm not familiar with the item that you mentioned.
Okay.
So
The only reason
it didn't seem like there was a deferral of any of those items.
Well, it was a review by the county and then a deferment to the council meeting in August. So I know I was on the homeless ad hoc. I'm very interested to know why there's a delay, that it was delayed till August. So if you could look it up, I'd appreciate it. I think, I don't want to speak for the entire commission, but serving on the homeless commission, I'd like to know why there was that delay.
Just so I can be clear, so that AB 2176, you're saying it was supposed to come to council in June, and then it got deferred to August?
And they suggested that in conjunction with Measure A, that they were going to defer it pending a review with Santa Clara County.
So there was also an item, the Affordable Housing Investment Plan, that went to the City Council, where there was a directive for staff to return before the end of the month regarding Measure A and having a position paper to go to the county. So to me, it doesn't seem like there was a delay on that item.
Did I read that wrong? Did you read that?
And as for AB 2176, my understanding is that staff is working on doing outreach. And I don't think that they would be reporting until after that, I feel like that activity comes first before they report to the council. So I will go research, but on those two items, I personally don't think that there was a deferral on anything.
Yeah, I didn't bring the copy with me. Okay, it was just a point of concern. We had a couple of us about the deferment.
No worries.
Okay, but I do know for a fact, I was not hallucinating that it was deferred for review with Santa Clara County as far as Measure A of the expenditures of funds that the city would expend in support of that. That I do know is factual.
The first disbursement of the funds will be in this fall, and the county is actually still drafting guidelines for how projects should go forward. And so at this point, they aren't really in implementation yet. I just wanted to give that information.
Sabrina, can I ask that you and Jackie get together and find out what's up with this?
Sure.
Thank you. Next up is Sabrina.
So, there's a couple of things that came across the city manager's office this last week. The first one is San Jose is working on its environmental sustainability plan, and that's the focus right now is on energy mobility and water. So looking at quality of life, ensuring long-term water supplies, and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. So they're both asking for all of you to weigh in as residents of San Jose. There is a way to participate online, and actually I have flyers over here on the table in English. I have flyers, and it has the link. I can also email to all of you guys the version I got, and you can pass out that email link to anyone you know. You can change it to do it either English, Spanish, or Vietnamese. And then they're also asking for help spreading the word. They're looking for students, parents, teachers, administrators, residents, basically everybody to weigh in on this. And they're also going to be having public meetings June 22nd at the Tully Community Library from 7 to 8. June 23rd at the Santa Teresa Library from 6:30 to 7:30. June 28th at Bascom from 7 to 8. And the 29th. At Berryessa from 6:30 to 7:30. So there's hour meetings each of those days. More of that information is on the flyers. Please take several, disperse them. I also wanted to let you guys know the illegal fireworks lawn signs are now available. They're at the 10 community centers. So Cypress, Southside, Roosevelt, Berryessa, Mayfair, Willow Glen, Seven Trees, Evergreen, and Almaden. You can pick them up there. And I can also forward you guys that email as well with that information. I also brought the flyers that highlight that the fine is now up to $1,000 in the 3 languages that we usually have them in. And I also want to let you know that the online reporting tool is on the website, on the homepage of the city website. So you guys can start pointing people there in preparation for July 4th. And that is it, because Jackie covered budget. If there are any questions.
Sabrina, any questions?